Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. Today we're back with a new video, still in Dubai, so this video is filmed in Dubai. We're leaving the hotel, it's the second to last day before our departure. And I've given in, so friends, here we go. I'm taking you to Dubai Car Export, and I'm going to show you what might potentially become my next car. Since we've been here, as I told you, we came to experience an automotive adventure, to see a bit of the market, study the market, what was true, what was false, to sort out some of the rumors you can see on social media, on forums, on Facebook, on Instagram, on all that. We hear all sorts of things. Now that we've sorted out the true from the false, we also saw that there are some vehicle brands that were interesting and others that were not at all. And, well, our little tour in Dubai, Car Export really made me think. And it allowed me to discover a bit about models that I had already looked at on Le Bon Coin in France, but hadn't seen in real life, or at least hadn't focused on. And I gave in. So friends, here we go. We have Dubai Car Export picking us up directly at the hotel. We are going to their premises. We do an inspection, a complete check of the vehicle I'm interested in. And then we see a bit in terms of price, what they can offer me, what fees, what needs to be done on it, what can I do at the garage to also provide you with content. And clearly show you the condition of the vehicles here in Dubai, at least mine. Because indeed, it's like everything, if you have a big budget, you get one with 0 defects. If you have a slightly tighter budget, you get one with defects. And in this case, that's what I want to do. Firstly, try to lower the budget price. And secondly, to provide you with some video content on it as well. And then once again, let's be honest, it's cheaper for me to do it myself than to have it done, even here in Dubai. So friends, here we go, heading to Dubai Car Export. Let's go. The trip is over for us. Did you enjoy it? Yeah, it was great. Up. Well, friends, that's it. We'll meet at the garage. We're with Guillaume, who drove us here. Say hi to the camera. William. Hello. How are you? So, Guillaume, whom you've already seen in the previous video, and today, hopefully, we'll finally be able to choose a vehicle. With some issues, you'll see the taxes in the hallway.
I'm not doing anything. Hello, Frederick. Don't look at the mileage, just tell me how much it goes for. Hello?
Rich Walking, how are you? Hello. As you might already be aware, yesterday we went into the vast, expansive desert, which was quite an experience. I laughed at the forum, the guys, the sap dressing up the cars, the guy. He did that every other day. So, trips, we had an hour and a quarter drive, round trip, plus honestly, I think a good hour in the desert. So that means the guy every 2 days, he spends an hour in the desert and does his thing. 526,000 km, 0 km. And it started up instantly. Well, however, the steering wheel was bent, there was camber on board.
Yes, but he won't have it anymore in 5 years. But yes, it's the engine, that.
And to those saying the sand comes from the emotion, no.
No, we often see high mileage here.
So this vest here, it's super clean. Yes, perfect.
Yeah. Are you surprised by the mileage or not by its 100,000 passes? But honestly, I think it's in like new condition.
It has a few more terms here. I think it was displayed here. And like this, honestly, like this, I would have said less than 100,000 kilometers. But since you told me that, I would say.
In the 200,000 black, it has 97, but it would have had 50 or 40 min. Probably not the interiors. He says knew all the buttons and everything, and he says that even the seats, everything is new inside. There are still the plastic protections, the port information. Honestly, it's spotless. A DPA. Not a few puffs, huh? Changing the button like that. The pads, the viscats, bridge oil change, gearbox oil change. Do the primers if you do them there, Louis? Yeah, there's one last one, and there must be...
And it must have a little memory. Arms, tails, it's a bit of a common issue. The arms, I suppose, here, with the rubber heating up.
Yeah, and since these are heavy vehicles, it naturally makes them work harder.
With the color, it wears out a bit. Is it because work is what for Americans? Wasn't. rusty. Yeah, that's it. You're still asking what I chose for myself. I have a choice if we come to check well, but I can say that my choice is not far from final.
There's an idea in mind, a big idea.
And the one you have there, it's an L2M6. No, everything that's there is already sold.
All right.
Ah, yes. Those are your drift boxes. So now you're probably wondering what I chose. You're still wondering. So you'll have to go behind all that. Behind all that. Even further. Behind all that. Look, if I'm not mistaken, it should still be behind. There you go. That's the one. That's what we said, Neo. So he gave me a great price on it.
At the moment, it should have been sharp, but there's nothing.
So, friends, I finally bought myself a Porsche. No, that's not true. A few euros are still missing here. But as a result, it might well be that one. It's the same color. It also has the black central stripe, like this one, but a bit wider. So we're looking into buying this Ford F150. I saw it last time, but I was taken with the gray one. That was over there. It's still there. So initially when we came, I didn't plan to leave with a car. I came for Okao. And I love this car. And in France, it's really complicated to have one. And it's this one. And actually the last time we came, if you remember the previous video, it was right next to it. There was even the gray, the white, and a black one. If I'm not talking nonsense. Also, he came to see you earlier. And basically I fell for this one. I love the color. I found it really great. I like the sturdy, somewhat robust side. Unfortunately, it was sold. So I kept thinking about it. And since the white one isn't sold yet, and the white one, I liked it too, but then I still preferred the gray shade. I thought it might be worth going back to see, because I hadn't lingered on it since I had planned. If I were to take one, it would have been the gray one. So I didn't linger on it, I didn't see it in detail. So now, we're gonna do it, we're gonna go underneath a bit, we're gonna take a look. What needs to be planned, what doesn't need to be planned, what I'm going to do, what I'm not going to do, and whether we conclude with the bank or not. And here we have a little fight between cake and dog. It's a brawl. That's it. That's how I found it in an engine at an auction. So, for the little story, Guillaume went to an auction, and he heard a cat meowing. He opened the engine, and in the airbox, that's it. Just under the airbox, yes. The little cat, yes. And so, what did you name it for? Lafs L4. So it was definitely in an American car. Oh no, not even, it's fine. You've got soft. A beautiful cat. Look, I'm gonna let it out, it must be open, I'm gonna let the dog out. I'll let you inspect everything, see a little bit of what's to be expected, what's not to be expected. And
there you go. Thank you.
Friends, we're doing a little check with Benjamin, that's right. Benjamin and Guillaume on the vehicle to see a little bit check. what needs to be done, what they are doing, what I am doing, to see a little bit where it leads us in terms of pricing afterwards. So that's a little bit of what we're doing. So here, Benjamin usually does this, you could say, every day with F150s. So in this case, I let him do it. The technique is really Benjamin's. He responds to what he does.
I know how to look, but he will know the weak points.
Definitely packs a punch. The condition seems pretty good to me. You can note them like that. Then we'll do the, to get the parts. I'll tell you, the big problem, friends, in France is that to get the parts, you have to buy them in America, so on eBay. So you have 190 euros in shipping costs, and then you have customs. So sometimes we have a part, like a brake disc, for 45 bucks. In fact, it will cost you 300 bucks. So that's why, actually, we're checking things out so I can buy the parts here. Since there are no customs, none of that, and potentially bring them back to France with the car and do the mechanics at the garage. That's kind of the idea of what we're doing. So you'll see, on the F150, you see the upper arms, you have the rubbers, you'll see the play in there, you see it moves. Here it's working. You see the big joint inside the arm. There you go. This one, otherwise, we don't have any play. Yeah, it's fine. So you don't want, there, we clearly see the obstruction up to the arms. In general, you see it after assembly, because here, when they're in the back, it's not easy to see. But in general, you will see them here. If they are cracked, yeah, I have them. Yeah, exactly that one. Yeah, I already have it. It's a bit cracked. So I'm telling you that if you have them cracked, the problem is that you will see them at the bottom and you won't. Tear yourself apart, realizing you have no choice but to change them. No, but you will order the tool for me. There are the cards on top per year. Yes, I just got there. Okay. And Jean de Sortie, it's the same. Thank you very much. Regarding the exhaust, would you come to modify it with your finger, or what we do, if we mount an edge there, we come to cut it here, we sleeve it with a clamp that we will put here. So you keep this space there to switch to the original, and you come to redo a support. And the original, it's the same, I cut it here, it's the same, like this, we come to sleeve it into this one, like that. Here, we just have a removable clamp that we will take it out. And here, at this level, we will lift the double plate, which means here, we just add a tube with the edge there, and it comes off when disassembling. Okay, there you go. So, there is an emission. Okay? Yes. There you go. So he said no. I link after okay. So there, on the mechanical aspect, we agree. So you take care of the leak part here. So engine box, the kyatas, so everything that will be related to the homologation and the stuff. So yeah, it's just a matter of homologation. I prefer that you are used to it. I prefer it to go through the first time, the homologation, that we never do. You're not perfect tomorrow. I mess up the adjustment. A thing you do it every day. At least it goes through. We don't question it. It's better that way. And so afterwards, we make a checklist of the parts, what you're used to changing. You give me an estimate for the total of the parts, and I'll buy them from you to avoid customs and all the hassle in France. Okay, for that it's all good. It's a small report. Like, I hope you have a good day and enjoy every moment of it. Okay, and if I saw that, I don't know if you have, like on a model, you just have to place it if you think it's feasible to have another one like that. At the Unimat, that one. In essence, that one. There, the windshield. Are you doing something or not? That's it for the technical inspection. I'm afraid that. Do you have a place here? Or you do a stop engine? I need to play a big role. Technical or not, me? In a way, it just depends on what you want to do. If you want to play directly like that, you won't play. Yes. Yes. Thank you. That's what I saw myself afterwards. If you have ideas, let me know later, but...
$250, it's going to be expensive to replace. We have it in stock now. I took it in stock because in the United States it's always the same. And now I made 50 stock because it's hard to float. So before we used to get them second hand in good condition. Now we can't slip the stock and it's too old. 2 per week is 250 euro, 2 pieces in the company. How much do you add to me? Do you do 2 per week? Normally there's rust on the deck.
You have just a bit of a wild state. Wheel number right on the second place. After that is the beauty. But if you can't go talk to him, you won't have any. Yes, it's a bit like the windshield.
We're just going to fill it up.
That the pavilion, yes, friends, that's it. It's official. There you go. I'm going through the small regulation. And so, how long until it arrives in France? Because there, you have a few little things to do.
So, the period we're going to keep it to hold the meeting. Then you have about 35 days by ship for it to arrive in France. And then the delivery time for my car is generally a month and a half or to 2 months.
Anyway, you'll set it up for me so I can drive. You will be able to drive it right away. Could you put me in touch with your guy in France so I can film the arrival of the car, etc.? Yes, of course. I think it could also be interesting for the community.
Anyway, all the containers, when they are unloaded, they send us videos.
All right. But if you want to be there at the same time, yes, it could be cool to do a complete thing with the guys. There's no problem. And also to be able to meet your team in France who manage this and share all this with people. And so you're going to keep it. Approximately how long to do what we decided to do?
The repair method here, we're looking at 2 weeks. That's what we want to have done by processing. That's it. The average duration, because after that anyway, we have a container almost every week and a half. So if we're on time, it gets delayed a bit, it leaves with the next container.
All right, so we can say approximately. In 15 days it leaves, plus 35 days of travel. And then I take over with your team in Iron. Basically, that's the watchword. Great. Can you give it to us like that? We're going to take a detailed look at what we've decided a bit with Benjamin. And then we'll show you a little bit what we've seen, what we haven't seen, what we're going to redo, what we're not going to redo. There are things that I don't... So unfortunately, these are cars that we can't find in France. So the problem is that it's extremely complicated to get the parts, to order the parts. It costs a fortune in delivery, and on top of that, we get hit with customs fees. So, in fact, there are things I have them do, not because I don't know how to do them, but because I won't have the parts in France. So I prefer that it's done and not struggle thinking, damn, I need to do it, but I can't do it. So I'm going to explain all of this to you a little bit as soon as the car is off the lift. So there you hear it. In fact, regarding the exhaust, the catalytic converters have been emptied and the client wants it to be pulled. So Benjamin was telling us that it's common here and they do it. So we're going to switch back to original catalytic converters to avoid any issues with homologation in France. And on the other hand, we're going to install a small valve exhaust that they adapt here to actually keep the original line in case we want to revert back. The college life. Guillaume is a rogue. So, same light color 8, but not the same size. There are 8 meters of height in the garage, it fits. So friends, a little tour in terms of bodywork. So as a result, we're going to do a little paintless dent repair because there's a small dent here, you won't see it, it's only visible with the reflections. At the level of the door here, we have a small dent. I don't even know if we can call it a dent, but there's a little something here, it has rubbed. What you see in black here is just the paint, probably from the thing that rubbed. So a bit of polish and there will just be this small defect left. Well, there you go. We can't redo everything either. It has 100,000 kilometers soon. At the rear, there's nothing specific. The bed is a little dirty, but it remains an off-road vehicle. We have the trailer hitch that will arrive. On this side, we actually have the door here, which is damaged, so it will be fixed for us. The complete door paint, because it's true that it will bother me a bit, being meticulous about that. So complete paint of the door. Regarding the windshield, we have an impact that unfortunately has cracked. For approval in France, and especially for the technical inspection, we are obliged to change the windshield. On the other side, you will see some stone impacts that have led to the beginning of corrosion on the beast. Windshield up there. Since it's being changed, the windshield, they are redoing that for me. You see here, it's not perforating at all, it's just surface rust. Problem is that once it's no longer protected, rust is like cancer, so it will slowly spread until it pierces, and then we get into major mechanical work. So since there's a windshield replacement, we're also redoing the top of the beast to make it perfect. All the mechanical aspects, engine, etc. I'm the one taking care of that. The only thing left to do here is a leak between the engine and the gearbox. So probably a torque converter seal or output shaft seal, broken. They do it internally, a matter of warranty, I suppose, Guillaume, since you guarantee engine, gearbox.
We don't send out vehicles with leaks, engine.
Exactly. As a principle, but even if I would have done it, I think it's a matter of warranty.
It's certain that everything is clean. It's true that in Dubai, since it's very hot, seals tend to age a bit faster. So it's common to have small leaks of this kind on engines. But there you go, we do it, at least it leaves. Everything is clean, we have no problem.
So they take care of that part. For the rolling chassis aspect, so in fact, these are vehicles weighing over 3 tons. It's hot, so the bushings, etc. They get a bit cooked. Generally, you explain to us that in 90% of cases, it's something to be done, and you do it. Yeah, I do it at home. Why? Because as a result, I get the vehicle a bit cheaper. I enjoy doing mechanics. It allows me to share content with you as well, so I'm going to do it. The only hitch is that in France, we can't find the parts, so that's what I was telling you earlier. So now we're going to see about estimating a bit the cost of the parts I pay for. The parts that they put in the car for me, excluding labor, so I can do it at home peacefully. So of course it's not urgent, the vehicle can run like this, but there's wear and tear, so it will need to be done. We need to check the running gear and do the 2 rear bearings. So it's not a matter of mistreating the vehicle, it's simply that the vehicle is very heavy, so proportionally it wears out. And that's a little bit about that. We have a little bit of... So once again, there's nothing here, but we have some rhythm. Engine, thermostat, it's Benjamin who is used to doing it and says that it's clearly a weakness on this vehicle. So I prefer to have the part and do it preventively, or if it breaks, have it in the trunk. Because the day it breaks, as it always happens, you start searching online again. You have a month of delivery, 190 bucks for delivery and 80 bucks for customs. You've won your day, so I prefer to have the parts. So that's a little bit how it's going to happen. And then for the interior, so we have a spot where there was some rubbing. We're going to try to find a used part here. Right here. In fact, we have the part that has worn out, certainly something that rubbed against it. So Benjamin is going to check if he has it in stock to replace this part. And the rest, a good thorough cleaning. And it will be quite nice.
Sometimes they put pockets that come back here, and as a result it creates this kind of spot.
That's it. So friends, we're moving from the R8's V8 to the American V8, but it's still a V8. And we're going to bring this big baby back to France directly into the garage. It's still much more family friendly than the R8 behind. Yes, it's going to be more practical for the kids. So why did I choose a 4-door? Because in fact it's extended at the cabin level. And we have more space, and you know, I have 2 kids, but I also have 2 big dogs. So it will allow us to fit both the dogs and the kids. And when the kids aren't behaving, there's the lady. Thank you. Well, there you go. I've wanted a little pickup like this for a while. In France, it's really complicated in terms of pricing and homologation. And the advantage of this one is that it's also flex fuel, which means I don't pay for the registration card. So that's something. It's a 2013, that's right. So 2013. I think it must be around 40 fiscal horsepower.
Is the exact number in your head, or is it in your notes?
Let's say you have between 1,300 and 1,500 euros for the registration card in France. So there you don't pay for it. So that allows you to pay, I think, for all the parts. So I think we're going to be in that range. You can put any fuel in it. They are designed for it. They are flexible.
So there it's written on the operation. Geneful, E85 and gasoline, that's the fuel.
I can visit my girlfriend in Hidalgo. She can't complain as I meet the criteria. That's true. But yes, it's true that I've wanted one for a little while. And when we came to see Dubai car export, I fell for the grey, and then I thought, damn, why not the white? And then damn, I got it. You know.
Yeah, but and the more I look at it, the more I like it in the end. I'll sell it back to you, CO. It's fine. I already have my pickup.
So there, you have it, friends. We're going to try to do this as much as possible, so I'll try to see with the friends from Dubai car export if they can take some footage for us when they put it at the port. And we'll try to get in touch with their team in France, who picks it up at the port, to try to film this entire adventure for you. It's my first experience in vehicle importation. As I told you, we came here to experience an automotive adventure, to soak up a bit of the automotive atmosphere, what's being done, the rumors, etc. we sorted out the truth from the false, and we were able to meet Dubai Car Export, who are now professionals in this field. I gave in. I'm bringing back my first car today, so I'll be able to share the adventure of someone who's never done it before, who, like you, went to check on social networks, went to check on forums. So I just had my own experience from A to Z, and friends, will meet at the end of this video to tell you whether I was satisfied with this experience or not. And there, Guillaume is clenching his buttocks, saying, damn, damn.
Just nothing. We have a good team. There's no problem. Just nothing.
So I'm going to try to make you experience this as much as possible, this part of the purchase. If you can take some pictures when you're working on it.
We always send everyone the photos, the videos of when we do the work, when the car is loaded, when it leaves.
You'll see what they'll do when I'm not there. And from the ship's departure, where is it? Is it in Le Havre that it arrives?
Yes, but the container will be unloaded directly at DLS.
All right. From Le Havre, it takes a truck that puts it on.
So it's unloaded directly at our partners?
We won't meet at the port of Le Havre, but we'll meet in the 77 for the vehicle's container release. Well, friends, thank you all. And for me, it's going to be in a good month and a half, I think. Well, so friends, I tell you, see you in about a month and a half, 2 months, directly in the 77